Hello Lovebugs, it's me Loverrlee. Today I have a fun speed build for you. So this is going to end up being the big orchard farm that I'm going to be playing in my Sims 4 Seasons LP. So yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so happy Seasons is finally out. And yeah, so the very first thing I had to do was make these really big plots of land there. Those are there's 3 different little fences. I really love the stone fences, so that's kind of what I'm basing it all off on. I also had to make a big red barn. So this is sort of the ideas that were kind of coming to my head were I had gone online. I'd actually been looking at farms, not even in Sims 4, but in Sims 3. Some of the old farms that people have built back then in the Sims 3. And so that kind of inspired me to kind of do similar things, obviously not the exact same, but yeah, something similar. Definitely wanted to incorporate this big red barn, even though, technically I have nothing to put in there. I just love it for the looks of it. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of silly. It's one of those things that's in Sims 3 it makes sense because you can put your actual barn animals in there. You have actual horses that you can, and you have the hay and you have all that stuff. Yeah, and so this is supposed to just be an orchard. And I try to make this house barn house style, but I don't really know. It kind of turns out kind of unusual, I'd say. It's a weird little house. Yeah, here's the thing. So the houses that I had envisioned in my mind, the kind that have this big wraparound porch kind of barn houses, those actually require to actually have foundation. And so, but see how the foundation is being put on my fencing and put on my barn, and I can't. Unfortunately, in The Sims 4, there's no way to have either or. There's literally it's either or. There's no way to have both, is what I'm trying to say. So, sadly, that means that I can't really build the type of main house that I really wanted to, which is the one that has that big, screened-in wraparound porch kind of farmhouse. So I end up going with more of a, I guess you would call it a craftsman style home, which fits in well because there actually are some craftsman style items in the new pack. So it ends up, turning out pretty well. I still think it turns out pretty well, considering that the main house wasn't exactly what I was going for originally. But yeah, here I am figuring out how to actually make it look like real barn doors. So I'm really excited about this because I never saw anyone else do this, but I'm really proud of myself for figuring out if I get these, things at an angle. I first tried to do okay, well maybe I can do something like a door or a window or something there. And then I go, hello, we have these awesome wallpapers that came with, what was that? The Get Together years ago. And yeah, they just work out so perfectly. You stick them on either end and bam, you've got yourself a big red barn. And I did that special kind of arch to the roof. And yeah, I think the barn turns out pretty well considering I literally have no idea what to put in there. I still don't know. If you guys have ideas what to put in that barn, because like I said, this is going to be for my Let's Play. I actually see how I have it stuck here on this lot. It's actually the same lot I built my my beachy dream home. I have a speed build of that one as well. That one is not up on the gallery though because it is part of my Love Legacy. It is the goal home for my Love Legacy. However, so that's why I started on this lot because I at first thought, oh, maybe I could make it work. Maybe this is a good place to have it. And then I realized later, because of the way I've, kind of gone with this more craftsman style, I've used the Windenburg items a lot. Then I realized, okay, I'm gonna move it to Windenburg. So you guys will see that in a moment. But yeah, I actually stay on this lot longer than I remember. But yeah, just trying to get everything in here. I love that door, that back door there. Had to have that back screen door thing is like so perfect. That came with laundry day. But also another super fun thing that they had in new in the seasons, like, well, technically it's not even a seasons thing. This whole thing, I actually, well, the majority of the speed build was actually built without seasons, which was another reason why, like, I kind of wanted to incorporate definitely more than one pack, even though it is seasons related. It's going to be for my LP, so I just wanted it to look the way I wanted it to, you know? So, yeah. So, basically, yeah, I found all these windows ended up being also, I think, get together windows as well, like the Windenburg ones, I believe. Yeah, you can see right there. They're Windenburg. Those are Windenburg windows. Windenburg windows. Is that why they named it Windenburg? Now I'm like going, oh my gosh, is it because of all the windows? See, these are also windows. So I wanted to get this fun little building out back here. Just kind of, I end up surrounding it, you know, kind of mysteriously. Like I say this every Let's Build I do. I say it every time, but I am really proud of this one too, because especially for the landscaping I end up doing in this lot, because I am not a landscaper. You guys, if you guys have been watching some of my, you know, speed builds in the past, you know, you can probably see, or if you go back and actually watch them in order, you can probably tell that, you know, landscaping is just not my forte. I'd say it's my weakest thing of my building. I definitely think I'm better at exteriors and definitely interiors. Not so much in this one though. This one I tried to go out of my comfort zone. Oh yeah, you can see I just capped off those barn doors, quote unquote barn doors back there with a little bit of fencing. Doesn't that end up looking so great? And then just that little window, I don't know. To me, it totally looks like a barn now. I don't know about to you guys. Like, to be fair, I don't really know what a barn looks like. I don't really know what a farm looks like because I've never really visited a farm. I definitely grew up a suburban girl. Like I grew up near the city, like a major city in California. So, and it's California, so it's like really, you know, overpopulated as it is in California. And so like, and I grew up in very suburban areas or cities. So but I always like to say I'm a farm girl at heart, right? So that may not be true, but that's how I like to think of myself. Like, I honestly felt like if I grew up on a farm, I think I would have loved it, especially since my grandmother grew up on a farm and she used to tell me like these little stories, and it just seemed so fun to like get to be out in nature, because I do love nature and things like that. Like I would have loved, I feel like, to like plant something and watch it grow and do that whole process. So that's why I'm really excited for my Let's Play now, that I get to do that with seasons. We're gonna get to see all the pretty weather effects, and it's just gonna be so awesome. But yeah, finishing up those little things, just adding that little bit of terrain paint really makes a difference. It really makes it look more real and come alive, don't you guys think? So yeah, that's definitely something I always say. If you guys want to start getting into practicing building yourself, that's one of my biggest tips, is don't neglect your painting of your terrain, because it really does make it look more realistic, if that's what you're trying to go for. Yeah, but anyway, I also like those little fences I used for those plots of land. I can't wait to get those started. So confession time, I did actually end up playing with this too, because that's what I took the screenshots after I played my seasons part 1. So you guys will see a little teeny sneak peek. You'll see one sim. Yeah, but I definitely wanted to get this out first, and then so this should be hopefully posted by Monday. Today should be Monday or whenever you're watching it, but this should be the first video out, and then the next video I'm going to be doing is the actual casts of them. So I'll have that as a separate video. Normally, wow, that was a tongue twister. I'm so sorry. You guys are like, what just happened to her? Sorry, I just tongue-tied myself. What I'm trying to say is that normally I stick like the casts and maybe even the build, I don't know. So I've done that in the past where I've done that in my first part, and I felt like that was not actually what a lot of people do, and I feel like maybe that's not what a lot of people expect. So I've decided to do a separate cast. Hopefully this is right. I don't know, you guys. It's just what I decided to do this time around, so don't hate on me. But yeah, I decided to do the cast first, which will be its own separate video, and then by Wednesday, I believe. So that's coming out on Tuesday, right? So this one's coming out Monday, today, whenever today is for you. And then next will be the cast the day after, and then part 1 of my Let's Play. So I'm sorry, you guys, if you can hear me like burp, that's so like blah. That's so gross, right? I'm sorry. I shouldn't. If you didn't, then now I've just admitted that I did that, and now you guys are like, ew. So I may have just called myself out. Anyway, finally doing the interiors here. Yeah, this is fun. I don't normally build so many stories, but it just felt right to have 3 stories in this build. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I just totally talked all over that landscaping, but you guys saw how I did that landscaping. It was just a lot of, you know, the same few items over and over again, just kind of sprinkled and just like kind of sporadically put everywhere. It actually took forever, it felt like, at least, to like plop all that down. I don't know, I'm just so not like a landscaper at heart, so hopefully it looks good. Hopefully landscaping works. It's meant to look like overgrown and like, you know, kind of unkempt, because that's sort of one of the plots of the well, I explain it more in the first part of the actual Let's Play, but it makes basically it's part of the sort of storyline of the plot that it's all overgrown and kind of unkempt, and maybe we'll be eventually kind of improving on that. But yeah, also I wanted to get in some of this stuff, like, again, it's so as you can see, like, I'm using that really gross kind of like flooring, kind of the, you know, all of this stuff from, I think it was, what was it, City Living Pack, where it's kind of like dingy and dirty, and it was supposed to be for apartments, but I feel like it kind of works with this build because like this is supposed to be sort of abandoned house. And yeah, so then there's this what am I saying, I don't know. I just had a total brain fart there. I'm trying to watch myself do this. It's so weird recording these things, you guys. I don't know. Every time, like, I've done like over 30 of these now. It's still weird every time I do one. It really is. It's like, what am I supposed to say? But I'm pretty sure a lot of other people say the same thing. But anyway, yeah, so like I got like those floorboards actually match really well, that wallpaper, and that wallpaper is also kind of dirty and dingy, kind of like not quite, you know, yeah. So I put that all throughout the house, and those, I love those floorboards, how they like pretty much match perfectly, in my opinion, to the, I guess, what do you call that, like a bead board, like the the board that goes halfway up the wall. Yeah, that. So I think it turns out pretty cool looking because it looks like the floor like is the same kind of wood that's used on the walls. And that floor, by the way, is from Jungle Adventures pack, if you are curious. And yeah, so what else am I doing? Oh yeah, I just built a little fireplace there. You guys saw? Fancy, right? So yeah, I'm just trying to like incorporate all these stone elements to try to make it match and try to make it feel almost as though maybe it was all built at the same time. Maybe it was more hand built. It's really hard actually to build something in The Sims 4 that doesn't look clean, because Sims 4 is a very clean looking game, especially if you go back to Sims 3 and look at Sims 3 art style. Sims 4 is meant to be a very modern looking, very clean type of of game. So it's actually really difficult to try to make something look old, something look not quite clean, not quite, you know, it doesn't look sparkly brand new, you know? So yeah, it felt like quite the challenge here. But yeah, finally getting, you know, some of the stuff from actual game from the Sims season. So here you go, you can see this is one of the new objects. It is really cute. It's a it's just a lamppost, but it was a craftsman style lamppost, so it really fit perfectly. And I also gave us the new mailbox, because there is a new mailbox in Seasons, and it's really fun. And you guys will see if you watch my Seasons Let's Play what kind of fun stuff we can do with that mailbox. And then here's my favorite thing of all. Okay, so you guys, this is like the thing I wanted the most, because if you guys know me at all, like if you watch any of my other builds, you know I put those monkey bars in like every single build I build. So I was so happy when they said that there was gonna be swings. So yeah, whoa, there's just like a little bit of a pause there. I'm sorry, anyway. But yeah, I'm so excited for these swings, you guys. And I did, like I said, I just recorded part 1 of my Let's Play, so I got to see them in action, and they were so friggin' cute. I am so in love with the swings. It was the thing that I was honestly looking most forward to, which is just like a weird thing to say. Like, there's so much great stuff in this pack, but I was like most excited for the swings because I love swings. So yeah, there's my little rant about the swings. I'm done. Yeah, they're just fun. Okay, I lied. I just lied to you because I said I was done, and then I just continued to talk about how cute the swings are. But yeah, anyway, just finishing up the last touches here, just to again don't forget your terrain paint. See how much more realistic it looks when you put like that stuff underneath. But anyway, here's what it looks like before Seasons. It's all bright and colorful, and that's why I'm putting this little layout so you guys can see what the layout looks like before I furnished it, just so you guys can see it's like nice and bright and stuff. So yeah, this is just a little layout of the home. That was the second story, and this is the first story now, so we're going to top below. And then this is what it looks like with Seasons installed. Look at the difference in the lighting. It's just like, it's all moody and gray, and I love it. I love this kind of weather. I am weird. I love overcast, rainy weather so much. It's just so pretty to me. It's weird. It's like all gray and gloomy to most people, but I love it. So yeah, anyway, here's the little entrance to the house. Oh, it looks so cute. You can see the barn in the background. It's like all kind of overgrown too. You see that? This is the entry hall. Like literally nothing is in here. I don't even know what I'm gonna put in there. This is as you go through the hall, then you can see this little living room, and there's sneak peek of my sim. She's cooking something on her old-fashioned stove. This is the downstairs bathroom. Again, trying to go with really those old-fashioned looking, you know, I was gonna say appliances, but plumbing, you know. This is upstairs bathroom, and that was upstairs master. I'm talking over myself, but yeah. And then this is the children's room upstairs, and this is just like another empty room. This is very top 3rd floor attic type of room. Anyway, this is the back view of the home, and then we can further out go. There is their laundry items there, you know, that came with the laundry day pack. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun to play around with in this Let's Play as well. Then here's just the look of the barn. I did put a little gate out the front, and then this is the back view of the barn. You can see the house behind, and then this is the little pond area I ended up making. So I ended up placing a real fishing pond right there with a tree, and it looks so cool with that little building with the cool glass roofs, which are new, and this is the inside of that. So yeah, just one last little view of the outside, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you liked it. It won't be on the gallery yet, but it will be after my Let's Play is done. So if you want to go get it, you can check if my Let's Play is done. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a lovely day.